Hi friends, this is Meg at Chasing Retro. I wanted to go through and sort of revisit and look at again the journals that I have in my personal journal collection. I thought I'd do this over a series of videos. I'll start with the journals that were made by other makers that I either won in a giveaway of some sort or someone has gifted me in Happy Meal or just as a friendship gift. And then after I show those, I will move on to the journals that I personally made. Oh, sorry. Some of the journals I have purchased. I should have said that. I have either won, been given, or have purchased other makers' journals. There's 3 categories there. And then I'll move on to the ones that I personally have made. Some of them will go way back to my early days of learning how to make journals. And I'll try not to show the ones that I've shown recently. Some of the ones that I've shown that I will show that I made, it goes all the way back to like the first few videos that I ever put on my channel. So most of you may not have seen those. I was also a little shy and nervous about talking at the beginning, so a lot of my early flip throughs are just music. Let me start with 3 journals today. One of them I purchased, one of them I won, and one of them was gifted to me in Happy Meal. These go back a year, at least a year, if not 2. And I think one maybe even 2.5 years back. But I'm going to give credit and link the person below if they have an Etsy shop or some sort of social media presence so that you can follow them and see what they have to offer. I also thought by doing this sort of would jumpstart me creatively and give me some more ideas of things that I can do and put in my own journal. Sometimes we just kind of forget and we get in a rut and we start doing the same thing in every journal that we make, and we kind of forget, oh, I forgot you can do this, and I forgot I used to put these in my journals a long time ago. So I think it's good to go back and revisit journals we've made in the past. Also, it's fun to just glean ideas from other creative makers out there that we could repurpose for our own journal making. And also, this just serves as sort of an act of gratitude, just going back through, instead of just putting all of the journals on my shelf, I want to go back through and touch them and feel them and look at them, even if I don't write in them right away or decide not to write in them at all. I don't want them to just be shelf sitters. I want them to be something that I can relish and enjoy and really appreciate, not just put on the shelf and forget about. With all of that being said, let's start with this first one. This is a journal that I purchased probably a year ago from an Etsy seller named Donna, and her shop is Just So Dear, SEW. I'll link that below. I bought this for a journal that I'm going to be keeping as I go through the book of Genesis. I'm actually purchasing a Bible study kit, or I guess PDF, this week. That is an in-depth study of the book of Genesis, and I'm going to use this book to chronicle my journey through the book. It just makes me think about new beginnings and new growth when I saw the green. So that's kind of why I decided to choose this one for my Genesis book study. It's very retro, it's very happy, and it is just the perfect size for a Bible study journal chronicling book. So she has lined, let's see, the outside. I want to say this is made of a file folder. And then the outside is vintage sheet, I think. And she's got a layered label here. And then the inside is lined and sewn down, I love this, with vintage sheet music. And then she has a little corner vintage fabric pocket. And I think she says that a lot of the fabrics that she uses are from her grandmother's stash, which is so super special and cool. I don't have any of the fabrics that my grandmother used to make clothes and things for her home, but I don't know what happened to them, but what a treasure to have those to be able to use in your crafting. This looks like another vintage sheet that's turned into a ruffle, and I love how the ruffle is sewn on the edge instead of down the middle, because I always automatically gravitate to the middle when I sew ruffles. And then this looks like some sort of dyed paper. I don't know if it's tea or coffee, but it's very faint. But it's got that bubbly texture like parchment. And then she has graph paper. Another dyed page. It looks maybe like blue or green. Loose leaf paper. This looks like a printable certificate page, if I had to guess. And then some peach paper. This is a lovely little yellow daisy lace trim. And whatever this is on is pretty thick. It might be a sheet of drawing paper or something. And then blank sheet music paper. You know, as long as I've been doing this, almost 3 years, actually 3.5 years, I have never found any of this that I can recall. Maybe 1 or 2 sheets, but I've never found a whole book of it. This is the same as the pocket in the front. This is probably my favorite fabric in the whole journal. I love it so much. Engineering graph paper. And then in the middle, she has a dictionary page that she stapled into a pocket. So this book, the only pockets that are in it is the one in the front cover. She may have another one back here. Yeah, another one in the back cover, and then the center. So I will probably be adding some pockets because these are thinner pages. I'll probably be adding some non-cardstock pockets, maybe more fabric or something. So if I start to run out of room to write, there is a lot of room to write, but if I need more or just want to, you know, add in some drawings or something, I can have places to tuck stuff. And this is another lovely little delicate lace here. And this looks like maybe buffalo check green and white. And here is her little adorable shop logo. Looks handwritten. So this will be the journal that I use for my Genesis. And then let me grab this really fast. I also purchased, you might remember this, I went back later and purchased this from her shop. She had some Bible book junk journal kits, and she had the first 5 books of the Old Testament, which is the Torah, and she had them sort of, I mean, they were just beautifully laid out on her Etsy shop, and I saw this, and I saw that she had Genesis, and I was like, I have to have this one. I'm not sure if she still has them in her shop. I haven't checked in a while. She also had a listing where you could request a custom book of the Bible kit. But yeah, so this is all just on this beautiful little tray that I got at a yard sale. Just waiting for me to make this, start this Genesis study, which I hope to do this week. I'll put this on top of the tray. There's a jet flying overhead really low right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Okay, the next one is a journal that I won from Marnell, and I will link her YouTube channel below. She has an Etsy shop as well, and I think she links her Etsy shop in her channel description. But she had a giveaway, I don't know, a couple years ago, and it was giving away a journal that she had made with a sort of journal tutorial or challenge of some sort. Where she had followed a series of videos and made this journal, and every page had a certain prompt that she had to follow. I have saved, if I can remember the name of the, I've got it saved in a folder. So there's a playlist of this challenge, and I have it saved as one day I would like to do this. I will try to remember to link it below in case you would like to make a journal using this series of videos. But this is how hers turned out, and she had a giveaway for it, and I think it was the first giveaway I'd ever entered in the junk journal community. I used to be a mom blogger, and I used to enter so many giveaways. Like every day I was entering giveaways. But this was the first one I entered for junk journaling, and she has a large channel, so I was like, there's no way I'm gonna win. When she chose my name, I about fell on the floor. And I love this journal so much. It's so eclectic and unique. I have not written in this one yet. I don't know that I will, maybe one day, but I just consider this an art piece, and I tend to just bring it down and look at it. So this one sort of has, on the front at least, sort of a Hollywood, vintage Hollywood feel to it. There is so much happening on here. There is a doily, there's some decoupage cutouts, stamps. This whole cover is basically one whole collage or masterboard type thing. We've got Beatrice Potter here and die cut, and then the whole thing is covered in like a layer of Mod Podge. That's what it feels like. I can see the brush marks. And then she has some beautiful red sari silk, which is a really bold choice, but I love it. And then the edge to cover the binding, she's put some, looks like coffee dyed lace here. So let's explore this one together. I'm telling you, this one is eye candy for sure. This one is, it's probably the same masterboard. It folded over or cut, no, it's folded over and sewn down to create an inner pocket. And then there's just a wealth of vintage ephemera in here too. Yahtzee scorecard. I don't have any of this old. Lots of Victorian imagery too, mixed in with 50s. Like I think that's why I love this so much, because it's super eclectic. And then we have a vintage photograph of some sunbathing ladies. I think there's one guy back there. I can't tell. Well, it looks like a guy. And then there's a Dick and Jane image. I love, love, love jumbo journaling cards. It's one of my favorite things to use when I journal and also to make. And I just love this. Also, the back of everything in her journals is also decorated. So she used like splattered paper on the back, and it's got that shimmer to it. She must have the shimmer mist. I don't have that in my stash. This is beautiful scrapbook paper. It looks like oil paint. But even the way she put the photograph on top of this and then like distressed and bent and burnished even the edges is just amazing. And she made a little tab out of a map. And then here is a little pocket card. This is from, I think this is from the little golden book, bird book. And then she's put on some dyed paper, and then just, I mean, just a little scrap of packing paper that she sewed down. How brilliant. I love the lace ruffle. See, I have lace like this, and I'm like, I just don't know what to use it for. I need to use it more on my tags and things. Folded doily. I love that. And then here we have a page from a book about Bambi's friends. I just love it. Little pocket here. This, let's see, it's just a little envelope that she's cut or torn a hole in. I'm assuming she disassembled the envelope to sew it and put the acetate and then glued it back together. Absolutely brilliant. A little butterfly, and then this tag is covered with lace in the die cut, and it's on index card. Isn't that so pretty shining through? This is, I'm assuming, Indian sari, and she's got it clipped down so it's like secret journaling space on this beautiful dyed paper. This is very heavy because it has these rhinestones on it. Oh my goodness, look at this. She's got dyed paper, but she's stenciled in a similar color on top of it. So much patience. I don't have the patience to do this with my papers. I really wish I did. I prefer to buy papers that people have done the die papers with the doilies. I tried that once and I said I would never do it again. I'm not cut out for it. This is one of my favorite little elements. So there's the rest of the image. It's just a little torn out circle, and it's like a little peekaboo. And then it's torn and inked, but it looks burnished the way she did that. And then this flips up for more journaling space. This looks like one of those tin ceiling tiles. That's what I think of when I see that. And I love it when dyed paper sort of develops two colors. I don't know what causes that, but it happens sometimes. And then here is a multi-layered pocket page with washi as reinforcement. And then lots of different things in here. We've got tickets and a Disney playing card. I love the Richard Scarry journaling card. And then next, I mean, where else would these two things go together but in a journal like this, you know? And more tickets up here, and then a little botanical page. And this is a sheet of parchment that's been dyed. Looks like a coffee mug sat down on it, and it's glued down to this, so you could put something here and journal on top of that, or journal on this. And then it looks like an old ad here, an up tuck pocket, and then a stencil. This is an embossed stamp. It's very shiny. And this is probably a masterboard tag, if I had to guess. It's been a long time since I've seen the video prompts for elements to include in this journal challenge, so I'll have to go back and look. This is just so simple but so sweet. It's just a lace with the picot, is it picot ribbon with a little bow. I love it. And then here's a Monopoly card turned into a tuck spot pocket type thing. And a very old check. 1934. Children's book image that flips out to a while you are out tag, or a note sheet rather. This looks like it's from that book. What is it? The book everybody uses. I don't have one of these in my stash, but it's like, it's what everybody has when they start journaling. I love it. Edwardian something. And then this is just a little ledger page that's folded into a little booklet, single page booklet with a whale tail. Here's a flip pad. I love flip pads and journals. And then she has sent me some of these separately before. She does eco dyeing with leaf prints, and that's very unique and fun. And then some flip pages going up in voice. Here is a pocket made of some more stencil. It looks like stenciled notebook paper with a collage. And I like how she reinforces all the edges with washi. That's a great way to do thinner pockets. And this is an art piece, maybe an art book page on some notebook paper. And a beautiful collage tag with lots of different mixed media elements. It's very textured. And then it looks like she's got some coffee dyed paper that she turned into a ruffle with some sewing tissue behind it. Another piece of lace here. She finds beautiful trims where she is. She's in Canada, so she finds things that we never see here. Looks like a greeting card maybe. And then a divinity recipe. I used to make this a lot. My boss's husband loved it, and so I would make it at Christmas time for him. This is, oh, I love this. This is like one of those little bags that you get when you order something, but she's turned it into a little card sleeve. See, she's added stamps and some Obviously some indelible ink for her stamp pad, and another masterboard type collage tag. Love this so much. I love the ripped pockets too. I don't always think about doing that. Vintage fabric, so pretty. And a map page. Let's see, does this fold out? Okay, it's cut. It's sort of cut down and around like this, which is very unique and interesting. And then she's just put a little flower here and another Beatrix Potter here. This is a tuck spot. It looks like some sort of old catalog page selling Staffordshire statues. And here's a postcard. This is Scotland, I think. Some blue lace. Another butterfly. I love this flip out. This is from a very old book, and then we have an envelope that flips out and another Yahtzee page and a photograph with this little farmer. Isn't he cute? And I love the way she sewed the ribbon down. She looks like she pressed it first, maybe, because it's very, very creased. It's Carl. There's Carl, guys. That's what his name is. I think I'll put Carl in front. And True Rose, I think it says. It looks like it might be from some packaging of something that she bought, which is really cool. I love reusing stuff like that. And this piece is a satin ribbon, but it feels very like she's put some sort of Mod Podge or something to make it more structured feeling. And another art page. I love this, just numbers, and then another, looks like a vintage postcard in here. This is Switzerland, maybe? I think Tyrol. Maybe I should take this out and put it in my Heidi journal. And we have a actual milk cap here, authentic. I love this fabric. It's very gauzy. This folds out. Here is a children's flashcard. This looks like a greeting card cover. Little washi here. Just, I mean, it's blank on the back, but just a little piece of washi dresses it up. Oh, this must have been clipped here. This is a fabric tag. I love fabric tags. One of my favorite things in a journal. And then some faux money. Halloween money, it looks like. And I love this little tuck spot. It looks like it's used from some packaging. I love this material as well. And this trim is super fun. And another little flip pad with some florals. That looks like upholstery fabric here. Flashcard and another recipe. Yum. I love cheese souffle. Precious Little Girls. And okay, this is an altar paper clip. That's what that is. Look at that. Adorable. Oh, that looks like the title page of a Disney book. I love that. Love that. I don't know that I noticed that the first time I flipped through this. And a large lace side pocket. I love that too. Bar Harbor. It's okay. It's strengthened with parchment. I can see where she trimmed along the edge. Very creative. And then we have some cheesecloth here. And last but not least, the other side of the fold over in one of those reproduction JCPenney or Sears catalog pages. It looks like Maryland. Love this. Fun journal. All right, last of all is a journal that was gifted to me in Happy Mail from one of my viewers named Jayne. I want to say it was a couple years ago. This one is so beautiful. I have not written in it yet. I'm trying to decide what I want to use it for. One day it will just hit me what I need to use this for. But the colors are stunning. It's got a lot of yellow, which is my favorite. And it's just beautiful. I mean, she's got this, she must have one of those, the sewing foots, the roaming ones. My brain is just not bringing the word up. The one that you don't have to sew in a straight line. And I think it's some sort of packaging envelope underneath it. And then it's completely wrapped on both sides with this beautiful floral fabric. We have some crocheted trim on the edge that folds all the way over, and then beautiful yellow roses. And then this really lovely topper. This one is very botanical in feel. And, oh, look at this, a credit card inventory. Mary Englebright calendar page. Yes, here's one of those pages again. I don't know why I cannot think of the name of this book. I know all of y'all are going to put it in the comments. I'll remember it as soon as the camera turns off. And then this is a lovely sheet of, it feels like packaging paper, but it's sage green and it's stenciled. How lovely is that? And then we have a school page, maybe? Nope. Well, it probably is. I bet it's an accounting class, 1950. Look how nice her handwriting is. And then we have a sewing page and a ruffle to match the cover. So this is a postcard that's just unadorned except for the fact that she sewed a decorative stitch around it. Can y'all see? So neat. And then a vintage stationery page with roses. Hallmark. I see Hallmark on there. And a calendar page. Oops. This is a very thin page. This is like the stuff that you would get in an Amazon box. It's like a dyed index card type thing. Ooh, I love that ledger. Love the colors, just like a coral. And here's a little bag, sort of the waxed paper bag. Shorthand book with that same decorative stitching around. Oh, dictation. Very thick vellum page. I think that's the thickest vellum I've ever seen. Bird page book. Some more of that sewn trim. Look at this interesting paper clip. This flips out. It's a typing book page. This is, ooh, I bet this is supposed to be here. Lovely. Sketchbook. And then a fabric flip. Look at this with the eyelet and the little bohemian macrame trim on parchment. And this is, it looks like a book about ancestry because it's a copy of a census record. When I was doing my family history, I looked at so many of these. So many census pages. Squinting, turning your head sideways, trying to read the person's writing. I love these botanical pages in black and white. A lovely stencil here. Look at this, very thin. It's almost like typing paper or sewing tissue. And this very old hem page. Look at that. You can tell it's old from not only the paper quality, but the font. And then some very thick ivory here. I love this on some handwriting page. Sorry, I kind of gone off camera having a tuck spot with a guest check with more of that beautiful stitching. Just like a filled label stamp up here. Look at this stitching, it's just the big waves. Ooh, I love this. It's an envelope that she has stretched out cheesecloth over and then put this on. That's really creative. I have forgotten most of this. Gratitude sheet. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm going back through these journals and being grateful for the beauty that is within them and the generosity of those that have given these to me. Oh, that's cute, a little tuck spot there. This looks like handmade paper. I love it. And then beautiful blue and yellow beads. Here's the envelope flap from the other page. Very old book. That's really nice. Ooh, I love that stamp. Here is a little inventory tag of some sort and then a statement. It looks old. 1961. A CD envelope with a little card with, I'm not sure what those are. They look like Black Eyed Susans, but they're red, so. And then we have the little Tim Holtz ladies clipped in with this adorable little heart envelope clip. I love those. And is this flips out. Yeah. They look like they're St. Patrick's Day dressed up. I love that. That's just so simple but so adorable. And then the bag. Look at this bingo card. She's sewn around it again. Tiny little zigzags. So beautiful. Time card. Looks like a menu page. This is a collage journaling card and a little receipt, like the carbon copy back of a receipt. This might be dyed packaging paper, I'm not sure. And then another flip out. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Oh my goodness, I love that. Super cute. Yep, another journal that is just waiting for me to use it in some way. Oh, I need to figure out what I want to put in this one. So I'm looking up at my shelf as I'm making this video, and I see 2 or 3 more that I would love to show next time I come on and join you guys. One of them is the very first journal I ever purchased on Etsy. So I hope you guys like this. I hope it's giving you inspiration of things you can do in your journals. I know just revisiting these has given me 3 or 4 ideas that I might even try today when I'm making some journaling cards. Thank you for joining me as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.